The Dickens Christmas Show and Festivals Week has been around almost as long as Christmas itself. Meet its creator on this morning's Carolina People. Coming up next. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Coastal Grand Mall, the premier shopping destination on the Grand Strand. We're focused on the 26th annual Charles Dickens Festival Week experience, and we're visiting with Myra Starnes, the creator of the Charles Dickens Christmas Show and Festivals Week. Excuse me, I knew it had something to do with Christmas. Myra, this is very exciting. It's getting close.
It certainly is. We've got a great show lined up this year and a great whole week of festivities and different offerings coming along.
And are they going to be held all at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center, Myra?
The show itself is 4 days at the Convention Center, but we also have tours that are based around the history of the Christmas traditions of the area that go into even Charleston and Metcalfe Abbey and go into Mullins and Marion. And we also have, of course, the traditional teas, and this year they'll be held at the Greek Church. At the Greek Church, over there close to 29th Avenue, a little up? Correct. Right, on the bypass. Great. They have a lovely building there. Absolutely. That's a great location. How long has the festival been around, Myra? 26 years. I said that when I opened, didn't I? Yeah, that's great. Did. Absolutely. All in its entirety along in this area, along with We started just the show many years ago, and I think we maybe had 30 vendors the first year at the Convention Center, and it grew from that. Then as the groups were coming, we had a lot of groups that approached us, and they wanted to do, that was before we really had Christmas shows that started this early, and they wanted other things to do to be able to justify selling the trip to their constituents. So we developed the teas, and then we developed the tours, and then the Christmas shows back their dates up to match ours. So there's a lot of things besides the show for people to do. I mean, and especially the other shopping meccas that are here, the mall that we're sitting in today, and all the other discount malls. So we have a lot of women that come down and make it a 3 or 4 day weekend. A lot of Red Hat societies that come, and if they don't get their mailings, they call on the phone and want to know when the dates are so that they can make their plans. I love it. Folks are traveling in from all over the Southeast, all over the country. We have people there's a group of women that come actually from Canada, would you believe it or not? Yeah. Is that right? That's fantastic. They take advantage of the entire week to be here. Yes, they do. Yeah, sure. That is wonderful. Of course, in the 26th year coming up so soon, to think about folks that have been involved. How about from the early stages? Are there some folks other than yourself that have been involved all 26 years? Actually, probably not all 26 years, but we've got some vendors that have been with us a good 20 years. Is that right? Unfortunately, a lot of our vendors, crafters, it's a second job for them when they retire and they start making a craft, and then they'll do it for 10, 15 years, and a lot of our old vendors have died. Oh, no. Yeah. You've got pictures from every year, I guess, probably a cornucopia of pictures from year after year of all these amazing festivals. I'm sure I do somewhere, but you know, that's a good idea. We should compile them. Yeah, probably so, to have maybe a nice board there at the festival or at the location there at the Convention Center, so folks can come by and I never thought of that. Good. Well, great. Idea. It's good. A Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. to start thinking of ideas like that. If a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, Myra, what's a good phone number to call, or do you all have a website so viewers can learn more about the... We have a website. It's www.dickenschristmasshow.com. Okay, great. And we have a phone number, 843-448-9483. 843-448-9483. Correct. Fantastic. Okay, well, great. There's a lot of amazing information on the website. Saw that early this morning, page after page of the festival schedule and other. Wow, we've got some really interesting things starting this year. We're doing a gingerbread house competition but they're Victorian gingerbread houses.
Oh,
so
great.
I'm looking forward to seeing what we have. The top prize is $500.
Right.
So families can have a really good time putting something together, and then we've got 4 very qualified judges to come in and judge and see what's there. We've got Stilt Walker Jester.
Is that right?
We did a lot of research to find someone that had the Victorian, authentic juggler things and stuff that go along with him. I'm looking forward to seeing him myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've got some of the career centers that have the, and they're going to kill me because I'm not going to come up with a name, but it's part of the Myrtle Beach High School system.
Good.
What they do, the theater department,
right.
They're going to have characters from the era that will greet people as they come in, and we've got lots of new charities involved. We've got
speaking of the charities really come out big in the festival.
Yes, they do. And I think keeping in the spirit of A Christmas Carol, we, from the initial start, wanted to do something that would give back to the community that gives so much to us.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic, Myra. What about, when you think about, obviously, the activities year after year, there's some things that stick out in your mind that really folks gravitate towards every year to make it a, I can't miss this festival event, or is it all the activities in their entirety?
Well, it's a neat place to find unusual treasures, different, unique stuff. We wanted to create something that one could walk in the door and not buy a thing and feel like they got their money's worth. We have the Festival of Whirls, which is charity-driven. Different charities pick different countries, and they offer foods from that country. And they also display some holiday traditions of that country, be it Hanukkah in Israel, or be it New Year's in China, or be it
Red Hats in Canada,
but the way different people do their winter solace holiday, not just Christmas, but most of the stuff is Christmas, because it is Christmas. We have Santa. We have 3-dimensional recreations of Santa through the ages, because there have been a ton of different Santas.
Oh, yeah.
We have the Festival of Reeves, where the Kiwanis go out and get people to decorate the reefs, and then they're for sale, and they take the money that they raise from that and buy presents for children during the holidays.
Yes.
We have CASA, who does the Festival of Trees. The trees are sponsored, and then they in turn sell the trees, and a lot of times these trees may have wonderful ornaments on it, but the attachments that come with them are with the wreaths, or dinners for 2, or theater tickets, passes for a year,
massages,
or massages, you name it.
Golf.
There's a lot of really neat stuff.
I've seen
that.
And some great deals, Myra. Not to cut you off, I bought some fantastic wreaths last year on the last day on that Sunday, and really the bidding went up, but still some tremendous deals. Some certificates, some savings bonds for my daughter, and some golf packages, which I gave out to friends and family. Some great deals.
What's neat about it is that not only do the charities get to make money, but the exposure.
Yes,
you get a lot of women that come through. And, it's really hard. You can have gold bullion sitting up here and give it away, but if people don't know it, it doesn't work. So they can get their story out. And what's neat is, like with CASA, they have a wish list. They tell people what they need.
For viewers who aren't familiar with CASA,
Citizens Against Spousal Abuse.
Yes.
And you saw the stats in South Carolina.
Oh, terrible.
But anyway, if their wish list, they make more money on their wish list than they do the other, because they might need mattresses, and somebody may have 5 new ones sitting in their storage bin.
Oh, yeah.
They can donate it to CASA and get a tax write-off, get rid of what they didn't want in their storage bin, and CASA's happy because they don't have to buy them. So we're encouraging all the charities, whether it's the band from Socastee that's doing one of the Festival of Whirls booths. If you need clarinets, put that you need clarinets, because people may have them sitting in their closet. Give yourself a wish list.
That's a great point.
It's a win-win-win. You get to clean your closet, they get what they need, and they don't have to spend their money.
I love it.
So it works.
DickensChristmasShow.com or 843-448-9483. If a viewer called now, around 7:15, could they leave a message if someone's not there to answer the phone, or is someone around all the...
They need to call about 8:30.
So you don't have a voicemail there? Great.
Not during the week. On the weekends we do.
Sure. The 843-448-9483. They need to wait till later this morning to call in to get more of the information if they can't go online.
Correct. And we'll be glad to send them something if they don't have a computer or access to a computer.
Great.
Flyers.
How about yourself, Myra? Are you originally from the area?
I'm a South Carolinian, but not from Horry County.
Good. How long have you been in the area?
I have to count. About 35 years.
Oh, come on. 35 years? Right out of high school? Yeah, right out of junior high? Out of baby tum. That's fantastic. 35 years.
35
yes.
Years, yeah.
And how long have you owned and operated Leisure Time Unlimited?
We'll be 32 years old in January.
Congratulations. What exactly is Leisure Time Unlimited? It sounds like life's a big party, as our producer wrote down in highlighting you.
Leisure time provides no leisure time for us, but it's basically helping other people with their leisure time.
Right.
We'll go in and if it's a trade show, we make it exciting.
Sure.
If it's a corporate event, or if it's a fundraiser, we go in and put the sizzle into the steak.
Very nice, yeah. And this is all over the Southeast, all over the country?
No, we go all over the country.
Is that right?
I'll tell you a funny one. We did W.R. Granger's National Convention in Orlando.
Right.
And amongst the other things that we had to make exciting, we had about 3,000 men that had been sitting for 2 days that wanted to go play golf. And the last thing they were going to do is announce their new own line of fasteners, nuts, bolts, and screws.
Right, for W.R. Granger, yes.
And we had to make that exciting.
Yeah.
Now, these men didn't want to be there, and half of them were asleep by this time.
Oh, no.
So I did have Disney's audiovisual department to work with, who are wonderful.
Sure.
But I had these great big screws made that are 24 foot long, and they're helium. Take 11 tanks of helium. And I strapped their salesmen in them. And so when they started, they announced the fasteners, and everybody, then the lights started going, and I had banners that came down all over the place, and they had these great big balloons come from the ceiling that were 4 foot that had banners inside. So we had little charges that exploded them. So you had 30 of those, boom, 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 and the banners are coming down and had different things about the fasteners.
Oh, yeah.
Then I had these great big, 6 great big huge screws coming, floating over their heads.
Oh, that probably woke the guys up.
They were like 8 feet from them. And then I had these costumes made that blow up with air, that were screws and nails and bolts, and they were running around. They're 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
And they laughed. They loved it. They absolutely, positively loved it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So now I've got 6 24-foot helium screws, and the only time I'll probably ever use them again is if
another
I have
convention
a problem.
Similar to Granger, yeah.
Well, or if I get mad at somebody and want to get on CNN and put it over, you know, if I've got a bus that doesn't work, or if I get mad at a politician, or they're trying to do something, I think I could use it. But besides
you've been screwed, yes, yeah.
But I think I could get on national television with that, because I don't think anybody else owns anything like that. But
maybe during the presidential debates in January,
No.
That's a good way to run folks off from the Myrtle Beach area. A lot going on in this area to think about.
Is it wonderful?
2 presidential debates on the 10th and the 17th. Is that not a big deal for the Myrtle Beach area?
If you had been here 30 years ago, I mean, it was pulling our teeth to get the Dickens show started, and we started it to do business in the off season, because there was no business in the off season. Right. It was really pulling our teeth. Now to see these wonderful things coming here, and to see the changes, and it's fantastic.
Yes.
And what we can do, you know, there's a lot that we need to do to keep it on track. But this place is getting ready to bust wide open with a new amusement park. I mean, it's going to be.
You think it's going to, Myra? Do you really?
There's no way.
I think the Hard Rock theme park's going to do a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
$500 million investment in the area.
Not just that. Think about it, Greg. I mean, people are concerned about gas.
Right.
Most of the population is in the Northeast.
Right.
If you're driving to Florida, it takes you 2 more days, another day down, another day back. So you've got 2 more days of vacation.
Right.
We're a much cheaper destination. Plus, those parks are old. I mean, kids used to be into Mickey Mouse till they were 12 or 14. What, the Mickey Mouseketeers? Are you too young to remember that? But there was a show.
You're right,
yeah.
I am too young, but that's
12 or 13 years old.
Yeah.
Now, most kids have killed more people on computers by the time they're 4 than Mickey Mouse. Forget it. You know,
Right.
3 or 4, it's over with. I want to see Pokemon or something else. So this is brand new for everybody.
Yeah,
So they
sure.
get 2 more days of vacation, less gas.
That's fascinating.
It's a no-brainer.
Now, as the mother of a son versus the mother of a daughter, I don't think you understand the impact of princesses and the impact that those princesses, Cinderella and Snow White and Jasmine and Aurora.
Well, I'm sure they're going to have some princesses over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, we need to work on that. We need to talk to Stephen about that, make sure they do have some princesses, because that is surely the biggest draw to
Well,
pull
you
in.
definitely, if it's a music base,
Right.
you definitely have.
Led Zeppelin princess. Yeah.
Well, not just Led Zeppelin. You've got a lot of singers that are female, so you can go the other way with that.
That's a
too.
great idea. Good thinking. Yeah, it's going to do amazing things for the area. Right over the waterway here. I mean, it's literally Harrelson Boulevard.
But
just
not
cruise
just
on
that.
over.
All the people that are looking at doing other things that want to coattail off of that. All of that's going to give us a solid base. I know people that have land in and around there. Everybody's inundating them, trying to do hotels, looking at things and stuff. So, you know, it's got to. And I just, from the vendor standpoint, we do the hotel, motel, and restaurant supply show, the Southeast.
Yes, you've been doing that for a long time as well.
Yeah, we've been doing that for 31 years.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Not long after you found it.
No, there was nothing to do in the off-season.
So
I had to do
that
something
prompted
to
Leisure
eat.
Time Unlimited.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So, but no, a lot of our vendors, I'm talking to them, and they're telling me about projects and people that are looking and things that are happening, and they're looking. I always used to be on the ocean front, and certainly they're definitely looking on the ocean front, but there's a lot that you would never have 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You would never even think of a hotel property besides what was by the waterway.
Right.
Over there, and there's a ton of people
The Holiday
that are
Inn
looking.
West. Yeah, sure.
So things are changing, and it's good. We're becoming more of a solid market, more year-round.
Year-round. That is very important. And, of course, the opportunity for the expansion of a major artery like I-73 right into the area will dramatically impact the area.
I think that'll help, too. But it's also, you know, you and I can't relate to it, but can you imagine working very, very hard for 5 or 6 months and then having to go on unemployment, no insurance, no anything? I mean, there's a whole sect of our society that has lived like that for year after year after year because there were no jobs here. So for somebody to bring in year-round and that big of a numbers, and it won't be just what they bring in, but it's the residual is what I'm excited about.
How it impacts the area, yes.
Yeah, but these people can have, I can't imagine having a solid income for 6 months and then being laid off. Or even 8 months and being laid off for 4 months. You never get ahead. You never get out of that hole.
That's tough to think about, Myra. I'm sorry.
Well, there's a lot of our population that lives like that. And so with these things coming in, it's wonderful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You highlighted the downtime 30-plus years ago for the hotel, motel, and other trade show that you've been putting on. There are a lot of trade shows that really highlight the fact that the hotel, motel, and hospitality industry truly needs to continue to burgeon itself and focus on year-round opportunities. Is that right? There are areas all over the country that they're trying to bring in more year-round attractions so that they can stay open throughout the...
I would think any resort, I'm not sure the data, but just logically, any resort would want to have a higher occupancy as long as they possibly could.
Continuing to stave off folks from the Myrtle Beach area, I'm thinking about it. When Brad Dean talks about Virginia Beach, for instance, that is spending so many millions of dollars to bring folks in on a year-round basis as opposed to just what we've been doing to try to focus on the summertime. Now the desire is to really wrap it around the year-round in all communities.
The mortgage payment comes 12 months out of the year.
Absolutely.
So it's the electric payment,
Great
the insurance, and everything else. So it makes good good business sense.
You highlighted Jester and some of the other wonderful folks that'll be here. Is that his first experience, the 8
This will be his first experience, but we have Punch and Judy shows. We have I've got the tea leaf readers. During the Victorian, we research everything and try to hook it into the Victorian era. During the Victorian era, they were just coming out of the Black Ages, and anything that had to do with non-religious stuff they couldn't do. So the Victorian women were kind of bored, so instead of reading palms, they developed a way to read tea leaves.
Didn't know that. Yes.
And they tell your fortune with the tea leaves. Now, the same difference, but they got away with it that way.
Right.
They were still hanging witches and burning witches at that point.
It was still a tough time, yes. For folks who haven't been before, the center of activities, of course, as you said, it's a week-long event.
Right.
But for folks who haven't been, is there one day that is the most heavily traveled? Maybe they want to come in the day before. Is it principally the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or if a viewer wanted to come in and not be overwhelmed by the
come early or come late.
Great, good.
But we have crowds.
Great. The hours?
10 to 6, 10 to 6, 10 to 6, and 12 to 6.
Okay, on Sunday the 11th. Fantastic. Wrap it up there on Sunday. And, of course, for viewers who, if they call the phone number, the 843-448-9483, or if they even went online, they can find out some of the other activities earlier part of the week.
They can, and they can order their tickets ahead of time, too, if they
like. Great. Very important. Yes. Myra, I think I saw in 1989 you were recognized by the Wall School of Business there at Coastal Carolina University as their Entrepreneur of the Year. What prompted that? Was that...
they started the award, and I was
You were the
fortunate.
Inaugural winner.
Yeah,
That's incredible. Is that an award they still give out every year?
Yes, it is. Actually, the guy called me 3 times because I thought somebody being funny.
It was a joke, yeah.
And I hung up on him twice. The 3rd time he said no.
Oh, come on.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought he was being funny.
It really happened, yes, yes. That's a big honor.
Well, thank you.
I think I see on here you're the Supplier of the Year, as presented by the South Carolina Tourism and Hospitality Educational Foundation. A lot of these great awards. Is this principally for your early service, kicking off Leisure Time Unlimited 30-plus years ago, putting on amazing shows and continuing to develop the marketplace?
Well, we try to work within the industry that we're working with to give back to the industry too. We do some stuff with the Hospitality Association to try to give back. I mean, none of us would be anywhere without the Hospitality Association. We need them to help with our governmental issues, and we need the stuff. So, I mean, you have to give back. They were very kind. There are a lot of people that do a lot of things, and we were real surprised to get that, too.
How about volunteer opportunities for the 26th Annual Dickens Christmas Show and Festivals? Are there any opportunities that folks could line up for to volunteer? Do you have any volunteer needs?
We don't.
Maybe the charities.
But the charities do, and if somebody wants to help, they can certainly call, and we'll definitely line them up with a list of charities.
Okay, great. As you think back yourself growing up in the upstate, Myra, I think I saw you attended college in the Midlands, ended up on the Strand, Columbia College, excuse me, that is close to in the Midlands there. To think about looking and ending up in Myrtle Beach, as you look back, was there anything in your childhood that made you think that you would get into the hospitality and tourism industry and be in it for 30-plus years?
No, I thought I'd go to college, get married, have 5 kids and 3 dogs, and but life doesn't always turn out the way you think it will.
Yes, that's
And I wouldn't change a thing.
Not a thing, yes.
We've had a good ride.
That's fantastic. Of course, as we think about all the activities that happen in the area, and of course places that you could set up shop. It was so exciting early this morning to go online and see your location there on Main Street. Not too many folks can claim Main Street anywhere as an address. The area there in downtown Myrtle Beach that you've made your home for your office and much of your much of your facilities there. The downtown area is growing at a good level. Have you seen that growth?
We've been involved in a good bit of that, and we're excited about it. Unfortunately, it's been a bit of a struggle to do some of the stuff, but we're making a lot of headway, and I think there's a lot of really neat things to come.
Great. Lastly, Myra, what's the big reason why you think folks should be out for the 26th Annual Dickens Christmas Show and Festivals Week?
Because it's fun. It's a good way to start the holidays, to feel good, to see some neat stuff, to smell the aromas, to see the decorations, to see the costumes. I mean, some of these exhibitors just go all out. And if you've got some really unusual people and all of us do, to buy gifts for, you'll find something there, and you'll have fun doing it. I mean, it's shopping, but it's not mad shopping. You can walk through and not buy a thing and just have enjoyed it. Just looking and seeing and tasting, and you can't go through without, most people have at least one little bag in their hand, and lots of them go back and forth to their cars and come 3 and 4 days. We sell a lot of multiple day passes.
Well, that's tremendous, Myra. Thanks so much. Those are great words. Thanks for being with us this morning. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Myra Starnes coming up next. Making your function our function. Paying attention to even the smallest details. The smallest details. Take advantage of this. 843-448-9483. 843-448-9483. DickensChristmasShow.com. Pay attention to that small detail. Go online, DickensChristmasShow.com. It's the 26th annual Dickens Christmas Show and Festivals Week. It's an entire week. Think about the real excitement of being involved, not just a 4-day event, but an entire week. Something's happening down in Charleston and Marion and Mullins, all over the county, and particularly right there at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center. You've got 3 weeks to prepare. You can get friends and family in from all over. Make this a destination that you want to spend an entire week, an entire weekend, even just one day right there at the 26th annual Dickens Show, Christmas Show, and Festivals Week.